Aybowan, this video is focused to brief the instructions to complete the annual statement of employer, generally known as Advanced Personal Income Tax. In short, we called as APIT statement, and its related schedules for the year of assessment 22-23. As past experience, you know, the physical APIT statement is received around March in every year of assessment. But sometimes some of you were received physical statement and some of you were not received the physical APIT statement for the year of assessment 22-23 up to now. Yes, don't be confused, and that should be understood first. As most of you are aware, in terms of 113 of the Inland Revenue Act, number 24th of 2017, and amended by the Inland Revenue Amended Act in 2021, e-filing of annual statement, that means file tax returns electronically, is mandatory. Electronically is mandatory for companies incorporated in Sri Lanka and companies incorporated outside Sri Lanka and public corporations. So, if you are in the above category, means company or corporation, physical return will not be received for the year of assessment 2022-23 because you have to submit APIT statement by e-filing mode. However, the employers who registered in Inland Revenue under the categories of individuals, partnerships, clubs, associations, NGOs, government organization, and etc. are permitted to submit their APIT statement in specified printed form. I mean that by hard form. So, IRD has already posted physical statement specified printed APIT statement to you. Accordingly, there are two types of submissions, electronic mode and manual mode. But the point to be highlighted is, even though the above employers who other than companies and corporations are permitted to submit APIT statement manually are invited, facilitated and promoted to submit their APIT statement electronically, in other words by e-filing. These are the things, areas what you want to understand and aware before filing the APIT statement. However, the complete and comprehensive instruction is available in the IRD web portal and it can be downloaded. Most of you know how to download it. Anyway, I will just show you the path. First, go to the IRD web. Already you know the website www.ire.gov.lk. Select download, then select forms and returns, then go to the other tax returns and then expand pay and APIT. Well, you can see now the document what I told, instruction to complete the annual statement of employer and schedules. You are able to open and download it. Just clicking on the link. You are requested to read and understand the instruction. It will be most benefited to you while filing and submitting the return, either manual or e-service. So I don't have an idea to explain again the same instruction here. Let's see quickly how download the applicable schedule templates and supporting Excel workbook. At the moment, you know what are the schedules you need to download. Let's download the APIT schedule templates and supporting MX workbook. Okay, IRD web portal, download, click on schedules. then you can see pay and APIT under other taxes. Yes, you can see now. There are three original schedule templates and same as amendment schedule templates. At this time, do not worry about the amendment schedule templates because amendment schedule templates are applicable after providing original schedules to the IRD. So, you can download the original schedule templates and supporting MS Excel workbook from here, just clicking on the same link. The most important message is you should have to upload schedule which were passed by the latest verification tool. But supporting Excel workbook is no need to convert to CSV or no need to do the verification test. Let's see how use the e-service for filling APIT statement and submission of the APIT statement. This is the most important part of this video. I will show you the each and every step of the journey in e-submission. The preconditions are you have to have an SSID which is authorized for APIT submission, either prepare level or approval level, and password of the SSID. Let's see steps quickly. IRD web, e-service, and click on access to e-service. Then you have to select the tax profile. It would be individual taxpayer, corporate, or tax agent. I am going to submit a APIT statement for a company. Then select by clicking on the radio button of the corporate taxpayer and hit on proceed to login. In this page, my tax reference number, select SSID from the drop down and put the SSID. Then enter the PIN or password here and enter the company TIN. And finally enter the captcha here. Then just click on the login button. Don't worry about the TIN I use here. That is dummy for this purpose. Then select Pay APIT from the Return and Schedule Management tab. Sometimes Pay APIT does not show in here. That means authority was not given. In other words, SSID is not permitted to submit APIT return. Then you have to have the authority or permission by logging the PIN issued for the main TIN or use APIT permitted SSID. And if you want to any help for PIN and SSID matter, you can contact our call center 1944 or contact any officer in customer supporting and promotion unit. Now the information in the page says 5 years of assessment and status of submission. Here 3 APIT returns were submitted and 21-22 was not submitted still. You can submit the previous statements as well by using this channel and avoid imposition of penalty and legal action. However, let's select 2022-23 and start the proceeds by clicking on Proceed tab. Year of assessment 2022-23 should be in new mode at the very first time when you log in. Here you can see it in draft mode because for the easy reference I logged in earlier and entered some data. Let's select 22-23 and start the proceed by clicking on Proceed tab. This is the first page of the statement and you can see the steps what we have to pass one by one. The current page is highlighted as Part 1, Part 2, Schedule 1, Schedule 2, Schedule 3 and confirmation page, and finally acknowledgement. Here you have to fill your company employees information in annual basis on part 1 as I filled. Here first category says employees tax not deducted. There are 3: A1, A2 and A3. A1, tax not deducted due to less than the tax-free allowance. In other words, taxable thresholds. This information is not referred any other place in the return or schedules. A2, tax not deducted from primary employees due to consent was not given to deduct tax. A3, tax not deducted from secondary employees due to consent was not given to deduct tax. This information relates to A2 and A3 is to be referred in Schedule 3 because the person consent not given to deduct tax have to settle their income tax liability in person by opening a tax file and submitting an individual income tax return, adding all other sources of income. Place your cursor on the information link. You can understand the categories very clearly. The employees whose tax was not deducted through first 9 months due to consent not given, but if tax was deducted from their remuneration in second 3 months, those employees' information should not include this A2 and A3. Their information should be in tax deducted category. Second category says employees tax deducted. Fill the number of employees, total gross remuneration and tax deduction from each slabs of primary employees and fill the secondary employees information as well. Total will be calculated automatically. This information relates to Schedule 1. Third category says information relates to once and for all payments, in other words, terminal benefits. Number of employees terminated, total terminal benefits paid, and if any tax deducted can be put 3 cages respectively. Information relates to terminal benefits paid, in other words, once and for all payments made to employees who terminated or left. Their information should be presented under row E. The applicable schedule is Schedule 2. Remember, even though tax deducted or not and withholding tax retained or not, information should be presented if there is any employee was paid terminal benefits and those tax finalized or completion of 90 days from the date terminated or benefit made. That means the terminated employees who are still pending submission of direction from Inland Revenue and or 90 days as above not completion, that information is not need to submit in this statement or in Schedule 2 in this year of assessment. Those will be in next year of assessment statement, APIT statement and schedules. Now you can option to save as draft or move to next page. Let's move to next page. Now you can see you are in part 2. This part 2 consists of monthly summaries information related to employee deduction. First category, tax deducted employees, that means primary and secondary employees both. A, B, C and D columns are represent this information. Again, I remind you, column A, exempt and excluded remuneration, relates to the payments which made to the tax deducted employees. In other words, column A, exempt and excluded remuneration, means the exempt and excluded remuneration paid to tax deducted employees. Some of companies put the information relates to the tax not deducted. That is completely wrong, because these A, B, C and D columns consist information with regard tax deducted employees. Especially I want to highlight here, when you fill the column D, please put the correct paid amount related to correct period code, payment period code. You know, due to the tax policy changes and revise of non-cash benefit circular in February, sometime you have paid more than the correct liability of January 2023. But you have to fill the correct liability and amount that you paid in January under column D. If there is any excess in January, will automatically set off to the February liability by the system. You can see and you can understand this clearly referring last 3 months here. And second category, information relates to the persons, employees to whom terminal benefits paid, and this information to be presented monthly basis in E, F and G columns. On one exceptional thing is, employees made the terminal benefits and retained some percentage as per the circular during the last 3 months, and if the employees does not provide still tax deduction from IRD and 90 days also not completed, then that information to be submitted following year of assessment and not need to provide in this year of assessment. If tax was remitted to IRD, the particular information should be presented by column G. Again, you have an option to save as draft or move to the next page. While clicking on next button, if there is any mismatch in between part 1 and part 2 information, system shows the error message describing the error. If not, you can move to the next step. Well, now we will move to the next step, that is schedule 1. As you can see, there are mainly 3 parts in the interface. Summary of APIT schedule 1. Filing information is compulsory, even 0 values. Update APIT schedule online, this is optional. Upload APIT schedule 1 data, that is also optional. Now you aware about the schedule 1. This is the schedule contain the information of employees whose tax deducted during the year of assessment. First part of the APIT schedule 1, filling information is compulsory, even 0 values. There are no more cases: cash payments, non-cash payments, total tax exempt and excluded income, tax deducted under primary employment and tax deducted under secondary employment. These 2 cases also very important. You have to put the total value of each employee category and deductions here. Now you have an option either entering employee records, that means tax deducted employee records, to the system one by one, selecting the radio button update APIT schedule 1 online, or upload prepared and verification passed schedule 1 by selecting the radio button, upload APIT schedule 1 data. Remember, this is optional, and that means no need to use the both update data online and upload schedule file. Okay, let's see other option how to upload APIT schedule 1. First, select the radio button, upload APIT schedule 1. Then you can browse the prepared and verification pass schedule 1 from your local computer or any other external device and upload here. That is easy for you. Further, if there is no any tax deducted employees, you have to fill only the summary of APIT schedule 1 by entering 0 values and just skip the update online and upload file. You can click on next button of the page, bottom of the page, to move to the next step. Yes, now I click on next button. Now you can see we are on schedule 2 stage. I don't take much time to explain again and again everything here what I explained earlier. Same as schedule 1, it's must to fill information in summary of APIT schedule 2 even 0 values, and you have to option to select either entering each record one by one or upload schedule 2 by selecting radio button as earlier. In this example, I have entered employee records one by one. Now we can just click on next button and we can move to the next step. Well, now we move to next step, schedule 3. As you well known, schedule 3 consists of employees information, tax to be deducted, but who was not given consent to deduct the APIT from his or her remuneration. Summary of schedule 3 is same as before, compulsory to fill it. You can see information is already entered by me. Okay, shall we move to the next page? Now we are in confirmation page. We almost finished the filling of the information. Here you can see and check what you did and correctness. This is an uneditable and only display as readable mode except declaration part. Each and every information from part 1 to schedule 3 is here. Then end of the confirmation page, declaration part is there. Under declaration there are two parts, A and B. If you answer the asked question is yes, you have to enter the information in part A and issued document or such certificate to be uploaded to the system by using the facility here. If your answer to the asked question is no, just skip the part A and compulsory to fill the part B. Here, remember to fill correct and updated information because that information is very important to communication and contacts purpose. End of the declaration, you can see some buttons. Cancel button. If you want to cancel the job, you can use this. Back button. If you want to go back steps to edit or see again, then click on back button. Save draft button. If you want to save as a draft you have done up to this page or stage, click on Save Draft. Print Save as PDF button. Just click on this button. You can take a print of this whole job or you can save as PDF format, and both as you choose. Submit button. Finally, if everything is fine, you can submit this. Once you submit the statement, acknowledgement will be displayed and you can save the acknowledgement as a PDF format or take a print of that. Well, now you know you have successfully submitted APIT statement and related schedules such as Schedule 1, Schedule 2 and Schedule 3 information. For this year of assessment, that means year of assessment 22-23, you have to submit another information sheet that is called Supporting MS Excel Workbook, which was specified by the Commissioner General. Let's see how to download this document from IRD web. First, go to the download, forms and returns. Other returns, other tax returns, and you can download from the web Supporting MS Excel document. Just click on that. Right, this is the document what we downloaded. The tax policy was changes during the year of assessment 22-23, as I explained earlier. Accordingly, monthly tax-free allowance from April 2022 to December 2022 was 250,000 rupees. That means the aggregate tax-free allowance for the period was 2,250,000 for the first 9 months. And APIT was deducted with the employee consent. However, due to the policy changes, monthly tax-free allowance was reduced from 250,000 rupees to 100,000 rupees from January 1st, 2023. So, aggregate tax-free allowance for the second 3 months, that means from January 2023 to March 2023 was 300,000. And another major change was the consent-based tax deduction was removed, and tax deduction is a statutory responsibility of the employer from January 2023. In other words, it is compulsory. There are 3 Excel sheets in this document. They are 2 periods of year of assessment 2023 and employee consent not submitted and employees taxed except terminal benefits. And we know part 1 of the APIT statement is annual employee information summary. In this first sheet, the part 1 was divided into 2 parts, such as part 1A for first 9 months employee annual information and part 1B for second 3 months annual information summary. Let's see part 1A. Here you have to fill the correct information related to the first 9 months. Suppose A1, A2 and A3 tax not deducted. A1, tax not deducted for first 9 months due to less than the thresholds. That means 250,000 per month. A2, tax was not deducted from primary employees due to consent not given to tax deduction. And same as A2, A3, tax was not deducted from secondary employees due to consent not given to tax deduction. Next category, employee tax deducted. Information of tax deducted employees for first 9 months should be separated according to the given ranges and fill the numbers of employees, gross remuneration paid and tax deducted accordingly. Information related to the secondary employment and terminal benefits paid employees also same as above, and consider only for first 9 months information. Let's see the part 1b. Here you have to fill the correct information related to the second 3 months. You can see here little difference from part 1a, because there is only A for the tax not deducted employees category. That is due to removed consent scenario for tax deduction, and tax deduction is compulsory if the total gross remuneration exceeds the tax-free allowance from January 2023. And you have to fill the employee information of tax deducted employees according to the given ranges for second 3 months. As well as above, secondary employees information and terminal benefits paid employees information also should be filled. Here you can double check correctness of the information of part 1 of original tax return and supporting Excel workbook values. How to do that? Value of F gauge according to the part 1 of original tax return should be equal to the F gauge of the supporting MS Excel workbook. Now we focus to the second sheet of the workbook called as employees consent not submitted or consent not given to tax deduction. In this sheet you have to provide information of the employees who earn more than 250,000 rupees per month in the first 9 months as total gross remuneration. That means APIT should have to be deducted, but APIT was not deducted due to non-submission of consent. I will repeat the explanation. In this sheet you have to provide information of the employees who earned more than 250,000 rupees per month in the first 9 months as total gross remuneration. That means APIT should have to be deducted, but APIT was not deducted due to non-submission of consent. Let's move to third sheet of the workbook called as employees taxed for second 3 months. In this sheet you have to provide information of the employees who earned more than 100,000 rupees per month in the second 3 months as total gross remuneration. That means tax deducted employees information for the second 3 months. Then you have to think how this supporting Excel workbook uploaded to the system. Actually, the instruction clearly mentioned in the second page of the document, which I was already published, as instructed to complete the annual statement of employer and schedules. I will show how to download it again. IRD web portal, download, forms and returns. Click on forms and returns, other tax returns. Under other tax return you can see instruction to complete the annual statement of employer and schedules. Just click on that. You can download the document. This is the document, and you are invited to read the instruction carefully. In the second page of this document you can see the path how to upload the document. Under Roman 1 first, clear the path how to proceed the submission of APIT statement electronically under Roman 1. Under Roman number 2, display every step of uploading supporting MX Excel workbook. I'll show you how to upload the document through the e-service. Well, now you are in login page. Click on login, and return and schedule management. Under that, if you want to proceed the submission of APIT return, first one you have to select. And now we are ready to show you how to upload supporting MX Excel workbook. Then click on upload schedule and document. Under that, click the link under upload schedule and document column, upload schedule and document. Then you have to put the year of assessment, period code 22-23, and you have to select upload schedule files, document type and sub-document type. Under document type, under drop down you can select supporting document ASMT assessment, ASMT, and sub-document type, click on that drop down and select pay APIT supporting document for return, and you can select the file from your local computer here and select the document and upload it. Click in the submit button. After just submitting that document, acknowledgement will be printed and will be received to you. You can save it. Well, instruction for the submission of APIT statement for the year of assessment 22-23 is completed. Furthermore, you are requested and proposed to submit the APIT statement by using e-service, even not compulsory for submitting individuals, partnerships and other non-corporate employers. For the purpose of to reduce the cost of submission, save the time, no need to wait in long queues, reduce the difficulties faced by both employer and IRD, increase the correctness of information, and that leads to having APIT credit easily to your employees. So do the submission very smartly. Please follow the guidelines and follow the instructions. If further clarification regarding PIN and SSID issued, contact 1944 our call center and customer supporting and promotion unit. If further clarification regarding e-submissions issues, schedules, verification and similar technical issues, contact the officers mentioned in the instruction document. Thank you very much.